What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video, and we're just going to talk about a brief mistake I'm trying to explain to a team member, which a lot of people make this mistake. So let's say that you're doing the contest of mayors and you have your assignments list, which I can't show you mine because mine are all completed for this league. But let's say that you have an assignment for 3,000 points to make flour. And you have made the flour, it's produced, and it's just waiting for you to start the assignment and collect. You have also been working on a second assignment for making paint for 2,000 points. Okay, so you have your paint done and uncollected for 2,000, and you have your flour done and uncollected for 3,000. You started your flour assignment first and collected it since it was the one worth more, because it's a 3K assignment. And when you completed the flour assignment, a glue assignment popped up in its place. Now you are faced with the dilemma of making several, let's say your paint assignment is worth 3K and your glue assignment is worth 2K still, right? So you have the choice to start the paint that you have, well, you already have the paint done, right? So you have the choice to start the paint assignment and collect the paint, or collect the paint without starting the assignment, thereby forfeiting that assignment, and starting glue instead because the glue is worth more points. 99.9% of people would choose to collect their paint and start their paint assignment. That's wrong. And I'm going to explain why that's wrong. Yes, you already did it, and yes, you could collect it. But you only have a handful of assignments available to you. So because glue and paint are made in the same shop, you're obviously stuck with the dilemma of having to choose between the two. If you collect your paint without starting that assignment and you start glue, then you're adding an additional 1K in points by doing that assignment first, okay? You may not ever have to collect on that paint assignment if it's lower points. You're always going to work your top 3 assignments, right? So what I mean by that is, you guys, since you don't have to start the assignment to produce it, what people will do is they will look at their top 3 assignments in their list and they will work all of their top 3 assignments. So let's say they have, make flour, make paint, make nails, right? And they'll make all their stuff and they'll leave it all uncollected, and then they'll start their highest point assignment first and collect on that assignment. When the flour assignment goes away, another high point assignment is going to pop up in its place. If you were to collect on the paint, it's worth less points than the glue. You would forfeit those points, thereby making the wrong decision. But most people make that decision because they already did the assignment. They're like, well, why would I want to redo the assignment? I can collect on the 2K and then I can just wait and get another assignment. No, because you're limited to the number of assignments that you have. So if you choose to do a 2K assignment, then you're going to get another low point assignment in its place. Whereas you could have just ignored it and proceeded on to make a higher point assignment. Because that's what your opponents are going to do. When you hit the high leagues, they are going to do their highest assignment. If they made flour and if they had a make flour and make cream assignment and they had already made the cream assignment, but the flour was worth only 200 points more, they would ignore the cream assignment just to add the additional 200 points. And that's what every one of those assignments that they do that to is going to add up over time, and it's going to beat your score. So if you want to win the high league with the people that are like way high up, you have to, every damn point that you can earn is a benefit, okay? Even if it's only 100 points. If you give up those points by doing lower assignments just because they're convenient to you, you are not going to win. Another common mistake people make. Let's say that you have a launch 3 for VU for 3,000. Okay. And then you have a repair 5 for 2,400. So you do your launch 3, right? And on the third launch, you do your launch that, if you saying you have your VU tower unlocked, you do your launch assignment for 8 damage, okay? Because you have a repair 5, so you're going to want at least 5 houses, right? So once you've finished your launch 3, another launch 3 or launch 2 popped up in its place, but you have that repair 5 damage. Do you start the repair 5 for 2,400, or do you start another assignment higher than that? Just, you always do your highest assignment, even if it's not beneficial. So in this case with the flour and the glue, you did your flour, okay? You collected 3,000 points for your flour. In the place of the flour, you were going to go and collect your paint, right? Your paint's worth 2,000 points. You, in the placement of the flour assignment, you got a glue assignment all of a sudden, okay? Most people would start the paint assignment, collect the paint, and then start the glue. Don't ever do that. If the glue is worth more points, collect the paint, leave the paint assignment sit there, and go for the glue. Because what's going to happen is when you finish that glue assignment, another high point assignment is going to pop up in its place. And you may not ever have to collect on that paint assignment. But if you automatically collect on that paint assignment, you're going to forfeit 1,000 points that you could have had. And you're going to lose out on potential points, basically. People have a problem with it, not understanding you're only allowed a certain amount of assignments, plus tickets. Now, when you get higher up in the leagues, when you're not playing with people that are like level 18 anymore, the competition gets really, really hard, okay? And people run a 2K average minimum 2K average. It's usually about 2,400. Now, ask yourself, every 10 assignments, go do the math and tell me if you're at a 2K average. Probably not. Not if you're playing like that, you're not, because you never will be. You have to do your highest point assignment first. People will sit here and they will pay thousands of sim cash a week to hit these top league prizes. So they get a repair 5 for, let's just say they have an assignment for whatever it is, doesn't even matter, 2,800. But then they have an airport assignment for 3K. They're only going to miss a couple hundred points, right? But it's going to cost them like 80 or 60 sims cash to bring back 3 flights. Just even for that couple hundred points, they're going to pay that 60 sims cash just for those couple hundred points. Because on every assignment, a couple hundred points adds up over time. And then when you're sitting at the top of the leaderboard and they're sitting 4K above you and you're like, oh my God, dude, I almost had him. He's at 4K. Well, yeah, because every assignment that you chose to cut corners on, they didn't. They threw a lot of done assignments in the trash for higher assignments that popped up. And you're going to have to do that. And if you don't do that, you're not going to win. Period. It's just how it is. Like, you can play like that all you want. And in the lower leagues, like with the competition at people with level 18 to probably 25, it's okay. But after about probably level 25 to 30, people are starting to catch a fucking clue. And then after that, everybody knows not to make mistakes. They work their top assignment. So what you should be doing is you have all your assignments in your list, okay? You're going to pick out the one that is for the absolute most, your highest one. That is the one you're going to collect on always, okay? So now what I mean by this, you're going to work 3 assignments. So you're going to look at your assignments list and you're going to see all three highest assignments. So 3K, 2,400, and let's say 2,000. Those are your 3 high assignments. You're going to collect on your highest one, and you're going to work the other 2. If another one comes up in its place that's higher, you're going to ignore the ones below it. And you're only going to collect your highest point assignment. That's it. There is no collecting the other one, even though it's only 100 points less. Don't do that. Now, hopefully this better explains it to the guy in my group that's having trouble understanding. I know that sounds like the logical thing to do since you have already completed the assignment, right? And it seems like, well, why wouldn't you just collect the paint and then the glue? Well, because you're missing points. That's why. And you only have so many assignments. So if you were to not have collected on that paint and you were to have collected on a higher point assignment, you would get, you know what I mean? You get more points at the end of the league because higher point assignments are going to pop up in that placement versus if you do like an 800 point assignment, for example. Like, some people don't understand that they're better off canceling a 3K assignment that they can't do versus leaving it there and working their 2,000 point assignments. Now, you want to avoid canceling assignments at all costs, right? But let's say that you have a 3K assignment in your queue, and let's say it's for something that you absolutely cannot achieve at all. Like, let's say it's for a gold war chest, and there's no way in hell you're going to get a gold war chest at all this round. Do you let that 3K assignment sit there to avoid cancellation, or do you cancel it? Now, most people would just let it sit there because they've been told not to cancel assignments. But what you're doing by not canceling it is you're not allowing for other 3K assignments to pop up in its place, because you can only have so many 3K assignments at one given time. So if you allow that one to sit there, you're not going to get, you know what I mean, other 3K assignments. And potentially that's going to hurt you worse than if you would have just canceled the one assignment. If you have to do 10 lower point assignments versus canceling one high point assignment, that doesn't do you any good either. So hopefully that better explains when it's appropriate to cancel an assignment and when it's not. Basically, the only time you should cancel an assignment is if you absolutely cannot do it. Not it's annoying and you don't want to, or not, oh, you know, I'd have to pay $60 for flights. No, I mean, not possible. Okay, like your club's not going to war and you have a war assignment or something. Don't go on a cancellation, you know, fiasco by any means, but only cancel if you absolutely have to, and only cancel the highest one. That's all. You should never even be looking at all your assignments. The only assignments you should ever even be looking at are your top 3. And the only ones you should ever collect on are your highest ones. And if you can't complete your highest one ever, then you cancel it out. So hopefully that makes sense. And you guys can better understand how to win the contest. Hang on. Let's see here. There we go.